So I'm finally just starting to build my platform for my food plot at the property at my house. I got 5 acres here. I built a 1/4 acre food plot. I've got the whole series on my channel if you want to go check all them out. But I've just now started building my platform for my blind. I'll get into the costs and everything kind of towards the end of the video for what it's cost me to do this. And it's going to be completely different for you, I'm sure. But so I started Saturday on this. I didn't video a bunch of it. I did video, drilling the holes and setting the posts, I think, and putting in the stringer boards across, which I actually got 2 more to put in. So that's what I'm going to do now. But something I want to note is my dad owns a concrete business, so I'm lucky enough to basically have access to every tool a dude could ever imagine having, and so I've got that going for me. So that's where I'm saying this is going to vary in difference. The only thing I have cost in, period, is the 4x4 post. I got 4x4 by 10 foot posts for $14 a piece at 84 lumber. So I got like 60 bucks in posts. That's legit all I got in this. For the framing and the stringers across, I got all those for free. They're just old concrete forms my dad used to have. But basically I've cut 2 more at 8 feet. I got to cut them down about 1 foot. This platform's 7x7. And I'm gonna put my blade and bullet blind on top. I'll turn around, I'll show you all this, and I'll show you everything we got going on. So this is the blind that's gonna go on top of the platform. It's the blackout blade and bullet blind. It's got a metal frame, with the tarp kind of canvas, Kevlar. I'm not really sure what the material is, but I absolutely love it. I think for the price, you cannot beat something like that. I think it's like $3.99 or something like that. I just think that's an incredibly hard price to beat, period. And it's gonna go on this platform. I think I said before, but this platform 7x7, the blind is 6x6x7. So it'll fit just great up there. And so I got 2 more stringers to put in for the floor. So I'll get these cut to length and then screwed in. And next will be actually putting the floor on. I don't know if I'm gonna do plywood yet or what. Got about a month till season starts. So hopefully this is uploaded before season starts. Well, let's quit yapping and get to this. I did not bring a pen with me. My mistake, so I'm just gonna mark it with a screw. It'll be good enough. So. I need a hammer. All right, so I've got them all in there now. All that's really left to do now is to put the floor up top. Man, it is hot. It's like 92, 93 degrees out. But what I'm gonna do is clean all my tools up and everything here, and then hopefully this weekend or sometime within the next week, I can get the floor up on this thing. Probably just gonna do some plywood, quick. Go on super quickly. The first piece I cut today, I think might got a smidge bit long, pushing one of the outside framing boards out just a little bit, but It's a blind stand, I don't give a shit. It'll be all right. But no, it's pretty sturdy. I'm probably gonna add some cross members onto the post too to make it a little bit more sturdy. It's pretty darn sturdy the way it is, but you can never be too safe when it comes to being elevated. So that's it for today. So I'll see you in the next part of this video. All right, it's a new day, and I went ahead and got myself some plywood. I'm gonna go ahead and start screwing it up here on top of the platform for the blind. I'll give you a view from up here. This will be the first view from up here so far. So obviously I got to cut off the posts where they're too long. That one's good, but and then I'll screw this deck down. But this is going to be my view of the plot here, and then I'm going to have to kind of clear a lane through here because you've got the whole actual main big portion of the food plot back here that we can't see, but we got this little inlet, this little cove down here we're in, and this is where I'm going to put the feeder down here. Hopefully it creates some sort of choke point or pinch point or something. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. We'll find out when the season starts. We'll see what happens. So I'm gonna quit messing around and get this shit together. All right, I've got the floor up here screwed on 2 4x8 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood, but now I've got some extra hanging over this edge and this edge, so I'm gonna take the Sawzall and rip it off. Well, I got it cut and got covered in sawdust, and I never claimed to be a carpenter. That's not me, that's not my gig. I did get it cut, and if straight was an option, I did not choose straight. I got some pretty swiggly lines with that Sawzall, not gonna lie. Let's get a close-up on these cuts. Talk about I still got to screw this front end down too, so that's kind of what some of the gap is, but yeah, I got some waves in there, that's for sure. But as long as it holds my ass and someone else's ass up there, we'll be good. We'll be good. So I'm gonna get up there and finish screwing it down, and then I think I'm gonna run into town, grab some outdoor carpet and throw on top of this, get a chair in here and get this blind on top, finish this up today. All right, got the floor up there and done. So I added some cross framing on this left side in the front, just because it was rocking a tiny bit, tiny bit. Nothing crazy though, but now it's rock solid. And you may also know I added this extra framing board here, and the reason for that is these posts, these front 2 posts were short, so they didn't go all the way to the top of this first 2x8, so I added these others below it. So I screwed these in with these big timber screws, so they ain't going nowhere, so this thing can't shift or drop down at all. But it's basically complete. So now I just got to run to town, get some carpet or something, throw on the top, and then I can put the blind up and screw it down to the deck, and it's a done deal. All right, so I stopped home and I found this old green outdoor carpet I used to have. I used to like chip. I used to play golf off of it a little bit inside the house, whatever. And I had this little putting green, but I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna go screw it just to the top up on the deck and then cut the excess off. So actually this fit extremely well. I didn't have to cut it at all. So I just kind of squared it up, and then I went around the edges and screwed it in just around the edges with them short screws. But now I just got to set the blind up here, and then I'll probably, there's holes, I'll show you when I get to it, but there's holes on each side of that blind. I'm going to put them big timber screws that I put in that board up there, and them holes to secure it. And then I'll probably put some screws around the outside into the carpet on the inside of the blind. Well, finally got the blind up on the tower, so this is complete. I'm gonna have to get a little bit higher chair, but I can leave this in here if someone wants to tag along or something. But this carpet works pretty good in here. But what I've been doing, it's been a few hours since I last took a video. this is what I have been doing. Is I've been making this trail up through there, my access trail to get down here from the top of the hill. And we also had this little old aluminum ladder that I'd cut and put them big lumber screws into to hold it on there, so it ain't going nowhere. There it is. But I also cut one of these trees down, you can see right there, and I'm just starting to pile stuff in front of here. So I'm just gonna try and brush that in a little bit more, and kind of like this over here where I did to the road, so you can't see up from the road. But I just seeded this plot. It failed. It was clover. It's just been so dry here, and it, kind of where some dew would sit in the morning is growing all right. But I just threw 25 pounds of winter rye over top of this, and I'll give it a couple more weeks, and then I'll throw 25 pounds more, and we'll see what it's looking like. And then we'll get a feeder up here real soon, and we'll start seeing what we can do. All right, so it's a few days since I finished the blind up, or the tower, and got the blind on top of it. We are in a severe drought here where I'm at in Ohio. It has not rained in months. It's rained like 2 or 3 times this entire summer. And I think it's legit about to pour hammer down rain. My clover plot's failing. My one at my cabin property, it's doing awesome. It looks extremely well, but it's already been established. I planted a new one. That's where we built this platform at. It's still dirt. Very little of it's grown. So, and it looks like it's about to pour. It says severe thunderstorm warning. I'm gonna go overseed the absolute shit out of this plot with winter rye, and hopefully we get some good germination off of this rain if it does. So, I gotta be quick and get up there. Also, I put a feeder up there, so I will show you that as well. All right, I filled my seeder up. One full, that's about 6 pounds of winter rye. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Okay, so here's kind of an update of the plot. You can see a bunch of little kind of trees sprouting around in the middle. Those are from maple seedlings off all these maple trees. I moved the camera right there. Got the blind, the feeder, and I'm gonna throw the seed around, and then I'll come through and I'll pull all these trees, them little tiny trees that are growing everywhere out. Okay, it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, and I went around and I pulled all these little saplings starting to grow out. I'm just really praying that this is a good rain that's gonna really get this plot good. And let's really let this thing green up. Because I haven't even started feeding corn yet. I just put this feeder up yesterday. I haven't started putting corn in it yet. Hopefully this winter rye does its thing, and hopefully the rain comes. But hopefully we get a nice buck or some does or something out of here this year. Deer season starts the end of this month, like 20 days. So 22 days from today. And my first hunt of the year will be down in West Virginia. So I'm gonna be staying the weekend down there and hopefully tagging out on a buck down there. So stay tuned, stick around for that. We'll see what happens there. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.